Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is JLeesCorner. This is a quick little review for Kevin Hart special that came on Netflix that I watched today. I'm going to be nice to take my glasses off because the glare just seemed too much. If you have not done so already, please come over to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird. JayBird. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I am enjoying and all that goodness or whatever. I'm enjoying the last few days of my vacation. I don't go back to work until Thursday of next week. So y'all getting a little bit of stuff, a little bit here, a little bit there, whatever. So do not forget to also like, comment, and share this video. To follow me on IG at JLeesCorner. It's on the screen somewhere. Okay, so Kevin Hart did this special. It's a 6-part docuseries on Netflix, okay, called Don't Fuck This Up. And it debuted on Netflix. It's really good, okay? It's 6 parts. It's about 30 to 35 minutes per part. And it's interesting. Now, I want to say that it's interesting. And I watched the whole thing. Towards the end of each episode, it makes you want to watch the next, part of it and everything. And for the most part, dumbass neighbors, for the most part, it's just, where is this picture? It covers different things. Each one episode is about something different, but it's still it kind of starts around like a year or so ago, like back in 2018. So they cover the cheating scandal. Of course, the cameras weren't rolling at that time because that was before the baby was born. But it covers the cheating scandal. It covers the Oscar controversy. It covers the tweets that came back up that he didn't, that they were talking about or whatever. Um, it covers that, and this is his mom, his dad, but each part was something different, and that's what I liked. Part one was about just his hustle. You know what I'm saying, and where he learned it from, which is his mom. It was great to see him, all the old videos of his mom and him when he was younger. So that was kind of cool to see. It goes from that to how he thought his mom was so strict. So he wanted to go there with his dad. And he went to go with his dad, who was on drugs. He said his dad did crack, heroin, and meth. Okay, and he said he didn't really know how bad his dad's drug habit was until he kind of went to live with him, and he was like, oh wow, okay, this is some shit right here, okay, and how things wasn't that good with his dad either. So, it covered all that. I cried a little bit watching it because basically was I miss my dad. But it was cool to see the transition of who his dad was back then when he was on drugs versus who he is now that he isn't on drugs. He's older. So I think my thing of crying was because, him being able to sit there with father when I was old. I'm like, oh, my dad was only 55. So that whole thing, but whatever. But it covered, him and his friends and how each of them has played a vital part in his rise to success and how he wants to bring them all with him. But again, it's a great 6-part series. If you have not watched it, I suggest you watch it. The main parts I took with it was a lot of people don't like Kevin. Some people don't like Kevin Hart, okay? And everybody has their right to not like someone. But I do feel like this documentary showed different sides of him. Okay, it showed him when he was in the wrong, but it also showed how he is dedicated to provide for his family. I also feel like, because this is season 1, I feel like it's going to be a season 2 that will come out, because seeing how hard he worked and how much he put into it and how busy he was, I feel like once he got into that car accident, that's going to be part 2. That's going to be, a season 2, mainly because in this thing, you seen him like kind of going nonstop. It was one part of him talking to his wife, Inigo, and she was saying how, well, you ain't took a shower in 2 days, and he was like, I took a shower yesterday. He's like, you didn't. You went to you did this. You kind of went to sleep a little bit. You woke up and did that. You did not. He was working so hard. They were sitting there trying to debate when was the last time he took a shower, because he's just on the move. And I'm like, wow. Kevin take a shower every day. Okay, so we see that whole thing. Even the situation with his wife when they bring up the whole the cheating scandal, because again the cheating scandal happened when were the cameras rolling? A little bit. A little bit, okay? They did not show her finding out. They did not show him finding out. But they do talk about, okay, when this happened, we was on the road, when we were driving. And, his wife called him on the phone, cussing. And, Eniko said, when she found out because she said Eniko, his wife, found out because someone sent her the video. Damn, I'm giving away spoilers. I'm sorry, y'all, but if you haven't watched it, there will be spoilers in this, so don't watch any further. Okay, I didn't mean to say that, but I said that, whatever. But so I am gonna post spoilers or whatever. But again, that's how she said someone anonymously sent me a DM, and it was the video of my husband and this girl. Okay, and I'm like, so she called him and he had also been sent the video. And I'm like, wow. So he said at that point he knew. So they then talk about what happened, what led up to it. And even the fact of showing how tight his squad was, how much his friends that play at the couple ways are like his brothers, and how they all look out for one another. And this one weekend, when he like, you know what, it's Thursday, I'm gonna go to Vegas on Friday. Let me try to get all my friends to go with me to Vegas. And because they all are men in relationships, they couldn't just up and leave and go to Vegas, the following day. So no one in his close circle went. Okay, so when it supposedly happened, he was there alone, up to his own devices. And that does not excuse what he did, but I can 100% understand sometimes if you leave people to their own devices unchecked with nobody watching, who they're hanging out with, what environment they're in, how much they drinking, bad things can happen. And I think this was a result of him just being stupid and being in the wrong situation, getting out of control, and then doing the ultimate wrong to his wife, which was cheating on her. So they covered that, you know what I'm saying, and how he's like, how I like how he said he was devastated by the pain he caused his wife. He said that's what made, you know what I'm saying, everything kind of click for him, and how bad what he did, was, and how much pain he caused her. And then Nico kind of showed her strength, in my opinion, when she said, I was hurt, but I was pregnant, and I was scared about my baby because I had to be positively strong for my child that's in my belly. Okay, and she also brought up at that point in time, I did not want to give up on my marriage. I was pissed. I was wholeheartedly pissed, yes, but I wasn't so pissed off that I wanted to give up on my marriage and my family. And I think sometimes it's easy for people to say, oh, so-and-so made a mistake, I would leave. You don't know what you would do. And that was her decision of what she would do. And I kind of like how she brought up, this was the first mistake he had made in 9 years. You know what I'm saying? We had at that point, they had been together 9 years. And she's like, I just wasn't ready to give up on my marriage. I think that's everybody's right to have that decision. It does not make her dumb. She's with the man for 9 years. Anyway, so, just seeing that side of things explained to me. Just the way they explained it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I know, that was staged. You know what I'm saying? They had time to plan it. No, I like how authentic the conversations, the feelings, the emotions of what they had to discuss is. It's easy for people to sit and nitpick and pick apart certain things, but I feel like I'm a good judge of authentic shit. I do feel that within myself, and I think it was authentic within itself. The crazy part was how he then said once they found out that the person who allegedly set it all up was his close friend. You know what I'm saying? The I forgot the JT or JJ. Y'all know who the guy is, but that's who supposedly put the camera in there in the room or whatever, and had it all planned and whatnot. And they was saying how Kevin to this day still does not want to fully accept that he's guilty, mainly because he hasn't been found guilty in a court of law, even though the police charged him with like extortion and some other crimes. Now the charges were eventually dropped for the extortion piece of it, but only because to get an extortion charge, you have to he would have had to one-on-one talk to Kevin directly and ask for money in exchange for this video. And because it was through a third party, he and the person never had direct contact. They knew the extortion charge wouldn't stick, even though they had all the proof that it was him. They knew that his lawyer would be able to say, well, but y'all don't have like a one-on-one conversation to make that part stick. So that's the only reason why those particular charges were dropped. But even his friends, like him saying, they then showed pictures of all of them hanging out. Like it's the Kevin and the Plastic Cup Boys and dude sitting right there, right there. Eniko brought up how he came over, to see the baby after the baby. He was like a brother. So for Kevin was at that point in time, he was, just sad that he was betrayed. But I'm like, but how can you be sad that you was betrayed? But at the same time, you betrayed your wife. So that part of me, like, give and take or whatnot. But I can get how you feel like, you shouldn't set me up to do some dumb stuff, get it on camera, and then use it to extort me. Because I think had his friends been there with him, that wouldn't have happened. You know what I'm saying? And I think people sometimes have to understand, just because Kevin made the mistake doesn't mean that it could not have been prevented if the right people were not around him. Think about all the times that you seen your friends do dumb stuff when you weren't there. But when you're there, you stop dumb shit from happening. And I can attest to that because I've stopped many of people from doing dumb things. And I've been stopped from doing dumb things because I had the proper people with me. The same way that you want people to prevent something tragic happening, like, oh, why would you let your friend drive drunk? You know what I'm saying? Oh, and they got into a car crash. The same thing can be said for, you don't want to allow your friend who may cheat. You don't want to allow that person just to be left unchecked at a strip club with unlimited liquor, and people who won't say you probably should stop drinking. You probably shouldn't be listening to that. You know what I'm saying? It's that thing there. Again, it's not trying to get him off the hook, but I can understand it. Okay, and I like seeing that point of it. Even from there, seeing how, because he was so upset that his friend allegedly, set him up, he was angry. And, that anger kind of was taken out on the wrong people. We then see them on the plane. Man, they had footage of them on a private jet. It was him, the friend, Harry. It was also Boss, his trainer, his wife. And they on a private jet flying wherever. And him and Boss, who was the guy you always see on his IG that trains him, his workout guy, fuss, like arguing, okay, to where they was about to fight. I said, oh shit, you gonna fight, Boss? Really? I was like, oh shit. Oh, I was shocked shitless, okay? And and it was based on, you could tell they had been drinking, you could tell they had been partying or whatever, and there was like going on. And Kevin was being an asshole. He was wholeheartedly being an asshole. Which sometimes you be, when you pissed off, you direct anger towards the wrong way. He should have been directing anger towards him for cheating, and also just at that friend who betrayed him or whatever. But he was asking Boss, like, what I'm saying, if you wasn't working for me, basically, if you wasn't working for me, would you be able to, sustain yourself in life? He like, man, I had money before you. I was working before you. I make money outside of you. So if you went away, if this went away, I'd be good. And Kevin was kind of saying, whatever, that ain't true. That ain't, but you could tell it was a drunken, testosterone, ego-filled fight that started with, I'm like, do anybody see this as a train wreck? Y'all don't see this train wreck, but you see Nico was sitting there, she was halfway asleep. And Harry, who was sitting next to Kevin, I'm like, oh, either he real high or he real drunk, but he is clearly not fully functional, okay? And as the argument went on and on and on, and they started standing up, I'm like, oh, do y'all not see him? Calm it down. And when I seen Boss knock the camera out, I said, oh, it's a fight. Oh, and you see like a little bit of a tussle. a little bit of a tussle, and then you see them, and I'm like, they record, oh Lord Jesus, and they get off the plane, and the police is at the hangar or whatever, because you can't be fighting in the air, you get arrested. Okay, I think it's against the law. It's against the law. And Kevin realized, you know what I'm saying, that could have ended horribly for both of us, because we both could have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Because boss was, when the plane landed, he on the ground, he out there pacing like, put me in that, what, what? You know what I'm saying? It was still the anger of it all. But even Kevin, after like the following day, like him saying, that was all me. You know what I'm saying? That was my mistake. I should have never got into the mindset of even fussing on some egotistical bullshit with my brother. Okay, because I'm like, true. So I mean, like, it was a very just interesting take on things that you may not I never knew him and Boss got into a whole tussle on the private jet. Never seen that. I was like, oh, here we go, you know. And from that, they also show like meetings he would have, and it's how hard he was working on different movies and advertising and promotional stuff, and how he wants to redo a movie. He wants to have Chadwick Boseman. I spoke my name. Chadwick Boseman. He also met with Idris Elba to redo it, and I'm like, okay, I like the fact that he was saying, like, I don't want to be famous on my own. And I like how he kind of pitched the movie as we need a Harlem Nights for our generation. Because with Harlem Nights, you had Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy, Red Fox, with Robin Harris was also in it, Della Reese. You had all these, Jasmine Guy, Tommy Ford. You had all these. Arsenio Hall. You had all these amazing people in the movie, and that's a classic to this day. And they want to remake, what movie was it called? I forgot the name of the movie, honestly. But they want to remake it, and he wants to put, like these kind of big name people to. I'm like, I would like to see that. So it's cool to see that he isn't all about self. You know what I'm saying? Even though he pitched the same thing to Edric that he pitched to Chadwick, just on the theme of, I want it to be, a current Harlem Nights, for it to be a current, you know, New Jack City, or whatever, a current whatever, but seeing that hustle of it all, and how he was, showing Tiffany Haddish or whatever, how he was showing other comedians, seeing hanging out with Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle, it was really cool. I liked it from start to finish. And even scenes with his dad, where his dad is now older. His dad beat lung cancer, I think he said, but his dad now has, I can't think of what he said it is, but it's a breathing issue. So he has a breathing machine, and even though his dad was on drugs back in the day, he like, no, I still love my dad or whatever. So his dad was like, I want to talk to you for like 2 or 3 minutes, in private. You know what I'm saying? It's this machine. I have this tank now that I have to use or whatever, but it's this portable machine that will make things easier for me. You know what I'm saying? And if we can, and he like that. No, tell me what you need, and that's it. Like, if you need it, you got it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. I like you don't have to like kind of sell me or talk to me in a way to where you got to convince me to get you what you need. And I'm like, that's amazing that no matter what they've been through in the past, he recognized his father's different now. He's clean and sober, and he like, I need this portable machine. He like, done. What else do you need? Like, well, I also need like $7,000. Like, okay, I'm gonna give you 20. Because that's what you do for your parents when they are at an age to where you want them comfortable. And I love how he said, if this is nearing the end of his life, I'm going to give him whatever it is he say he needs. I'm going to make it as comfortable for him as it can be, so he don't have to convince me to get it. Whatever he say he need, he got it. You need 7,000, I'm going to give you 20,000. And it's the things where I can see his father, like, I don't want to ask for too much. I need this bare minimum to pay this and do that or whatever. So if I can get the bare minimum, I'll be okay. Okay, I'm going to give you more than what you need, because I'm my fault. I said, oh Lord, it was honey, amazing. Even, it was a great special. And I feel like if I can see parts of it where people who don't like him, well, they'll say, well, that's why I don't like him. Because he was arguing with Boss. Well, that's why I don't like him. Because he did not realize the reason they wanted him to apologize for those tweets. That's why I don't like him. But I also feel like if you watch it and you can't see he's human, you know what I'm saying? He's human for one. And he's made mistakes for two. And no one's perfect for three. But at the end of the day, he seemed like a pretty good dude. Like, I don't see him. I don't see him as selfish. I don't see him. I don't really see him as on a regular level or regular basis being egotistical. Um, he seemed like a great friend, and I like how even his staff at his RB Productions, when the whole tweet thing and the whole old tweets and the rude comments came up or whatever, and Kevin, this is the funny part. They were showing it when the Oscar situation happened when he was supposed to host the Oscars and the whole thing blew up in his face. They was recording it at that time. So seeing his publicist and his staff or whatever trying to do damage control when all they needed was for Kevin to shut up. And he wouldn't. Because they're like, he's the kind of person where if you tell him he can't, he's going to do it anyway because he's defiant. And I'm in that way in some sense of the word as well. But he like, Wayne was like, I called him and I was like, you need to do A, B, and C. He said, Kevin put me on hold. He like, and after a while, I'm like, why he must forgot that he put me on hold? He's like, no. I then go to Instagram. Kevin was in the bed and posted, a message in the bed, early in the morning. He didn't even feel the need to get out the bed. He had all these chains on, so it looked insincere. Is it insincere or unsincere? Either way. But you know what I'm saying? But because Kevin didn't realize how serious it was at that time. And they he went from that thing to okay, he needs to stop talking. He then posted another video saying well, the Academy asked me to step, to either apologize or step down. I'm gonna step down. Okay, they're like, why won't he just shut up? Okay, so they got him to shut up. He then went on Ellen and said what he said on Ellen, how he kind of, I talked about it already, it wasn't a big deal, and the thing still was kind of back. So it was like everything he was doing was just not work. Everyone was still upset. And when he then went on, I think, Good Morning America, and he said, I'm not talking about it anymore. He said that made it even worse because people felt like he kept, dismissing it or whatever. But seeing the staff, his one lady who was, she's a gay woman, and she said, she's like, I know you. So I know, how much you changed over these past 10 years. But, other people don't know you. She's like, so it's not me personally or whatever. She's like, but my wedding, like the wedding venue persons, like they may want to pull out because they don't want to support, where I work. Or my therapist who's also gay, doesn't like what you said. So now I know my sessions may change if I'm speaking about work because my therapist now has the thought on how she feels about, you know what I'm saying? So she was showing how what you said didn't affect me directly, but indirectly in these little spaces or whatever, it's affecting everyone. You know what I'm saying? And I think it took a while for him to get it. He said he was talking to Lee Daniel, and Lee Daniel was brought up how it's not the apology. It's the fact that you never kind of said that you don't tolerate or you don't support physical harm in any way, because in his comedy show he said if he found out his son was gay he would like hit him over the head or something like that. What if the joke was about a son being gay? And so he said it never clicked to him that's what people have been looking for him to kind of acknowledge, where he felt like you bringing up stuff that I said 10 years ago as if I have not evolved in those past 10 years, and you've never heard me say anything like that since then. So I've learned and I've spoken about it over the years, but you really wanted me to do this one little thing. But I won't think about that. You know what I'm saying? So it was a great special. I liked it. I may rewatch it again to kind of pick up things that I did not see before. But for the most part, Kevin Hart is a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he never wants to be as broke as he was growing up because he realized how much his mom struggled. I think the reason he takes such good care of his father now that his father is older because he probably felt like had he been able to make it sooner, he could have helped his mom get better treatment for her cancer. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he is in one way, and even how he brought up how, when he was younger, because his dad was so in and out of his life, for him working so much where he's not home as often is kind of normal to him. But he still comes home when need be, but he has to go back out and work because they gotta pay these bills. Okay, great, great special. I don't know what else to say about it. So again, if you have watched it, put the comments below. If you have not watched it, that you go watch it. He would have been the third single host who was African American on the Oscars. After I think it was Chris Rock, Whoopi Goldberg, and then it would have been him, even though two other African Americans hosted with someone else. And I think it was Sam Davis Jr. and Richard Pryor, who they say was co-host with whoever else years earlier, like in the 70s. I think Kevin Hart should host the Oscars next year. I do. And I think in that he will have some kind of conversation. I feel like this special was also his way of saying to people who was upset with him about tweets and jokes from 10 years ago. I'm human. I fucked up. My bad. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that was his way of showing them he never had a bad... He didn't mean to offend anyone by not apologizing how they wanted him to apologize. But I also feel like people will be mad at you even if you give a genuine apology. Some people will still consistently not like you because some people just need a reason to dislike people. So I feel like on one level, I felt him on the I already apologized. I can't keep apologizing because people are still not happy with the fact of how I did it. And I think at some point we do have to understand as people that we can't keep doing things to make other people happy because some people will stay unhappy just to keep you apologizing. And I think it depends on who did I directly offend. You know what I'm saying? Like, what did I say it to you and you're offended because I was talking to you, or you offended just in general? And if I say, you know what, I'm sorry, I really did not mean that. I've grown in these 10 years. Okay, I would never do that again. And if you're still mad, like, that's not good enough. Well, I see we gonna have to just agree to disagree and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I see that too. So I got a lot from this documentary, me personally. And I liked it. So now I'm about to start watching the rest of season 2. I'm only up to episode 4. I'm thinking I may review the first couple of episodes. I don't know. Anyway, again, it's called, Kevin Hart, Don't Fuck This Up. It's on Netflix. It's only 6 parts. Go and watch it. Oh, I did not know I would go this long, but I did. Anyway, love you all. I got 2 braids on my head too. So I'm not bald hair right now. I just had the same 2 braids in my hair that I had in my hair since Christmas. And if you're not following me on IG, then you won't know why that's significant right now. But that's the reason why you should be following me on IG. Anyway, gotta go. Peace. Wait, no. Okay, now, peace.